Are you over 60 and getting ready to cruise? Then listen up, because most senior cruisers are missing out on hidden perks that could save you money, make your trip more comfortable, and even get you priority treatment that other passengers don't know exists. These aren't the perks cruise lines advertise. You have to know exactly what to ask for. And today, I'll walk you through 16 of them. Stay with me until the very end, because the final perk isn't just a comfort hack. It's a money saver that can put hundreds of dollars right back in your pocket if you're traveling solo. Number 1. Senior discounts hidden in plain sight. Let's kick this off with the most obvious perk that somehow slips past a lot of cruisers. Senior discounts. Yep, they actually exist, but the cruise lines aren't going to shout it from the rooftops. In fact, half the time you won't see them listed anywhere. You usually have to ask, or in some cases, book through a travel agent who knows which lines still honor them. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Princess, they've all run 55 plus or 60 plus rates at different times. Even AARP has been known to slide in cruise perks like onboard credit. But here's the kicker. If you don't ask, you don't get. The cruise line isn't going to say, "Excuse me, are you over 60? Please let us take $200 off your bill." No chance. So, if you qualify, use it. Don't leave money sitting on the table, because that money could be better spent on a specialty dinner, a shore excursion, or, let's be honest, a couple of those fancy umbrella cocktails. Number 2. Priority boarding, tendering, and disembark help. Here's a perk most people don't realize they can actually use without jumping through hoops. Priority treatment when it comes to lines. And I'm not just talking about getting on the ship. I mean the whole journey. Let's start with embarkation day. You know that massive line of cruisers? Everyone's sweaty, juggling bags, looking like they're about to mutiny before they even step on board? If you're over 60 and you ask for assisted boarding, you don't have to do the conga line of chaos. Staff will happily guide you through a quicker process. Sometimes it's a separate check-in desk. Sometimes they just walk you past the madness. But it doesn't stop there. When it's time to get off the ship at tender ports, you know, those days when the boat can't dock and everyone has to pile into those little lifeboat-style shuttles, seniors who need a bit of extra help can usually skip the 45-minute tender wait. All you have to do is request priority tender tickets. And let's not forget the end of the trip. Disembarkation day. While everyone else is dragging their suitcases down hallways like zombies, seniors can request luggage assistance and often get off the ship more smoothly. Less stress, less waiting, and less chance of throwing your back out before you even get to the taxi line. So yeah, lines may be part of cruising, but if you're over 60, you don't always have to stand in them. You just need to know the magic words. Assisted boarding, assisted tender, assisted disembark. Number 3. Free mobility aids. Here's something that shocks a lot of first-time cruisers. You don't always need to bring your own gear. Cruise ships actually keep a stash of mobility aids on hand, but it's one of those things you have to specifically ask for. We're talking about wheelchairs, shower stools, even walking canes. At some ports, you can even arrange for scooters if you set it up in advance. And the best part? Most of these are free or loaned for the duration of your cruise. They don't advertise it, because if they did, everyone would be rolling around in complimentary scooters like it's bumper cars at sea. Now, here's the kicker. You don't have to be officially disabled to ask. If you've had a knee replacement, a sore hip, or you just don't want to wrestle 10 flights of stairs after formal night, the staff will usually accommodate you. And trust me, it can save a cruise. Imagine spending thousands of dollars on your dream trip, only to find out that the only way to enjoy the ports is by sprinting across cobblestones with the 20-somethings in running shoes. No thanks. Mobility perks let you keep up your way, whether that's slow and steady or just saving your knees for the dance floor later. Number 4. Medication storage and medical support perks. Here's a sneaky little perk most over 60 cruisers don't realize. You can get your cabin set up to store and handle medications properly at no extra charge. Most cruise cabins come with those little mini fridges that seem designed to keep a can of Coke slightly cooler than room temperature. But if you're carrying insulin, certain eye drops, or other temperature-sensitive meds, you can actually request a medical-grade fridge setup or have your steward swap things around so it stays properly cold. Need a sharps container? They'll bring one. Need extra ice packs for the day? They'll deliver them. They don't advertise this on the glossy brochures, but ask at guest services or through your cabin steward, and suddenly your stateroom is a mini medical supply hub. And here's the part a lot of seniors don't know. The onboard medical team isn't just there for dramatic emergencies like broken legs or appendicitis. They can also help with small but important things, like checking blood pressure, replacing a forgotten prescription, or advising you on whether a mystery rash is just a sunburn or something that needs attention. The truth is, when you're over 60, Traveling with a suitcase full of meds can feel like its own carry-on bag. But once you're on board, you don't have to juggle it all on your own. The ship has hidden systems to keep it safe, cold, and properly handled. By the way, if you're enjoying these tips, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And if you're really getting value out of this, type cruise for you in the comments. That way I'll know to keep making videos like this, and I can thank you personally for supporting the channel. Number 5. Special dietary and easy-to-chew menus. Now here's a perk that isn't flashy, but it can absolutely save your cruise. Special menus. And I don't just mean vegetarian or gluten-free. Cruise ships have entire alternate menus you'll never see unless you ask. If you need softer foods, low-sodium options, diabetic-friendly meals, or even something as specific as a chopped or pureed diet, the staff can do it. They don't put these menus on the table because it would overwhelm most passengers, but the kitchen is ready for it. And here's the part that makes people's eyes pop. You can even ask for off-menu substitutions. Don't like the heavy sauces? They'll grill it plain. Want fruit instead of fries? Done. You can even get things like broth or oatmeal delivered when your stomach just isn't feeling cruise ready. It's one of those perks where, if you don't say anything, you'll just get what's on the page. But the moment you speak up, suddenly dinner is customized to you. And let's be honest, when you're over 60, it's a lot more enjoyable to eat what actually agrees with you, instead of pretending you're fine with steak swimming in butter just because it looked good on the menu photo. Number 6. Senior-friendly shore excursions. Shore excursions are supposed to be the highlight of your cruise until you realize half of them are basically triathlons in disguise. We'll just hike up this mountain, kayak across the bay, and cycle back to the ship, all before lunch. Yeah, no thanks. What a lot of seniors don't know is that most cruise lines quietly offer gentler, senior-friendly versions of tours. They're not always labeled that way, but you can find excursions with less walking, more sitting, smaller groups, and buses that don't leave you stranded a mile away from the actual site. Sometimes they'll be called panoramic tours, where you get the same sights from the comfort of a coach, with more photo stops and less stair climbing. Other times you can request accessible excursions that factor in elevators, ramps, or level paths instead of cobblestones and steep climbs. The key here is knowing to ask, because the brochure will show you the active adventure first. But behind that, there's almost always a slower-paced option that lets you enjoy the destination without needing a week of recovery after. And trust me, your knees will thank you for choosing the wine-tasting tour over the jungle zip line. Number 7. Spa and wellness discounts on quiet days. Here's a perk that sneaks right past a lot of people. Spa deals. Now, normally the spa prices on a cruise are enough to make you need a second vacation. $200 massages, $150 facials, you name it. But if you know when to book, you can get those exact same treatments for half the price. The secret? Port days. While everyone else is off the ship ziplining or snorkeling, the spa is practically empty. So what do? They slash prices to get people in the door. Suddenly that $200 massage is a $99 special. Sometimes they even bundle it up. Massage, facial, and foot rub for less than the price of one treatment on sea days. And it's not just the spa. Cruise lines also run wellness classes that hardly get advertised. Things like gentle stretching, sunrise yoga, even Tai Chi on deck. Most younger cruisers roll their eyes at these, but they're perfect for seniors who want a little wellness boost without hitting the gym with the 20-somethings. So if you want to splurge, don't book the spa the second you board. Wait for a port day. That's when you get pampered and keep your wallet happy. Number 8. Free seasickness tablets. Don't bother packing a pharmacy for motion sickness. If you're feeling queasy, just head to guest services or ask your cabin steward. They'll give you seasickness tablets for free. Some ships even keep them stocked at the medical center or the front desk. They may not be the fancy brand name ones you'd buy at home, but they work just fine. And the best part? You don't have to pay cruise ship gift shop prices when the waves get rough. Number 9. Special seating and dining flexibility. Dining on a cruise can feel like you're back in high school. Everybody wants the good seats, and you're stuck wondering how to get them. The thing is, if you're over 60, you actually have more sway than you realize. Let's start with dinner times. Cruise lines usually split between early dining, late dining, and anytime dining. If you'd rather avoid eating at 9 p.m. like a college kid, you can ask for early seating and often get priority. Seniors tend to get first dibs because staff know it's a genuine need, not just a preference. Then there's show seating. Ever walked into the theater and realized every decent seat is taken by people who camped out 45 minutes early? You don't have to play that game. If you ask at guest services, or if mobility is even slightly a concern, you can usually get reserved accessible seating, closer to exits, elevators, or just better positioned, so you're not stuck craning your neck from the back corner. And even in the main dining room, if you want a quieter table, closer to the door, or even by the window, tell the maitre d'. They'd rather you be comfortable than risk you skipping meals because you're frustrated with the setup. The secret here is simple. Ask. The cruise staff won't come to your table and say, "Excuse me, would you like the VIP treatment tonight?" But if you speak up, suddenly dinner and shows become a lot less stressful and a lot more enjoyable. Number 10. Onboard social clubs and hidden activities. One of the best-kept secrets for seniors on board? The little clubs and activities that rarely make the glossy brochures. We're talking bridge tournaments, ballroom dancing, knitting groups, trivia teams, enrichment talks. They're a great way to meet like-minded cruisers, and they're usually more relaxed than the loud poolside contests. So, if karaoke night isn't your style, check the daily planner. There's almost always a social club running that feels like it was designed just for you. Number 11. Library and card room secrets. Yes, ships still have libraries and card rooms, especially on lines like Holland America, Cunard, and Princess. They're quiet, comfortable, and often overlooked. Now, newer megaships sometimes shrink these spaces or swap them for tech lounges, but when you do find one, it's the perfect escape from the noise and crowds. Whether you want a deck of cards with friends or a quiet armchair and a book, these little sanctuaries are a hidden gem for seniors. Number 12. Extra pillows, mattress toppers, and bedding requests. Think your cabin bed feels like a rock, or maybe it's too soft and your back isn't happy. Here's the fix. Just ask your steward. They can bring you extra pillows, swap in a mattress topper, or add extra blankets, all at no extra charge. It's not advertised as a perk, but it makes a huge difference. And let's be honest, a good night's sleep can make or break your cruise. Number 13. Dedicated help desks or tech at sea lessons. Struggling with the cruise app? Can't get the Wi-Fi to connect? You're not alone, and ships know it. That's why many of them run tech help desks or short workshops. They'll walk you through things like booking shows on the app, sending photos home, or even simple smartphone tricks. It's not advertised as a senior perk, but let's be real, it's mostly older cruisers who show up, and the staff are more than happy to get you sorted. A quick visit can save you hours of frustration fiddling with your phone. Number 14. Extended cancellation or refund windows for seniors. Here's a perk that isn't on the ship itself, but it can protect your wallet before you even sail. Extended cancellation and refund options for seniors. Here's the deal. Most cruise lines have strict cancellation deadlines. Miss one, and suddenly you're out hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But what a lot of over 60 cruisers don't know is that some travel insurance plans and booking programs offer extra flexibility if you're in that age group. That could mean a longer cancellation window, better coverage if you have to cancel for medical reasons, or even partial refunds where younger passengers get nothing back. Sometimes it's as simple as booking through an agency that has a cancel for any reason plan tailored to seniors. Other times, loyalty programs or membership groups like AARP can unlock softer refund policies. It's not flashy, and you won't see it in bold letters on the cruise line's website, but it's one of the smartest perks to know about. Because let's be honest, plans change. Health issues pop up, family emergencies happen, and if you're over 60, having that extra safety net means you don't lose a fortune just because life got in the way. Number 15. Specialized fitness or gentle exercise classes. Not every workout at sea is about boot camps and spin classes. Many ships offer gentle exercise options that fly under the radar. Think sunrise tai chi, walking clubs, chair yoga, or light stretching sessions. They're usually free or low cost, and they're designed for passengers who want to stay active without pulling a muscle on day one. It's a low-key perk that keeps you moving and lets you enjoy that dessert later without guilt. Number 16. Avoiding the solo cruiser penalty. Single supplements. Let's wrap it up with a perk that can literally save you hundreds of dollars, and it's one most seniors never hear about: how to dodge the solo cruiser penalty. Here's how it works. Cruise cabins are priced for 2 people, so even if you're sailing alone, the cruise line will often charge you extra, sometimes almost double, to make up for that empty bed. This extra charge is called the single supplement, but here's the hidden perk. Some cruise lines quietly reduce or even waive single supplements during certain promotions, especially for seniors or longer voyages. Holland America, Cunard, and Oceania are well known for this, but others do it too if you catch the right deal. Travel agents sometimes get access to these special rates before they're widely advertised. So if you're planning to cruise solo, maybe your partner doesn't travel, maybe you just want your own space, don't assume you'll have to swallow that penalty. Always ask about single supplement reductions or senior solo deals before you book. Because nothing feels better than knowing you got the exact same cabin, the same perks, and the same experience, for way less than the person down the hall who didn't know to ask.